Loberg's in to serve. With the Badgers up by one, needing the second set. Come on, Grace powers one down the near sideline. Haynes waits for the pass, middle attack. And there is Redke on Stivrins. Wisconsin steals the second set. And we're even at 1-each in the national championship match. Here's Julia. Back to serve for the Badgers on set point. Wisconsin fans here in this record, 18,755 on their seat. Caffey in the middle, Barnes pops it up, Hilly to the middle, there's Robinson slapping it down. 2-1 lead, one more to go for the Natty. The match record for most blocks in a 5-set match under Riley Point scoring tonight, 22 of them. Here comes Nebraska on the run, down 6. Hits off the block. Push back, and it's down again. 7-zip, Wisconsin in the 5th. 14-12. Championship point number 3. Huskers will serve. Kenzie Nicholls right to left. Puts it in play. Ojo. Hilly to the left. To Loberg. It's going to be popped around and sent over on a free ball. Depps finds Hilly. Goes to left to Grace again. Big smash and another big dig by Nebraska. On a high bump set to the near side. Soft roll. Depps from her knees saves. Barnes with the bump set. Loberg to the left. Into the block and covered. Barnes. Hilly to Redke. And it's dug out deep in the back row. Nebraska saves it. We play on championship point. Hilly to Redke. Oh! Final time. Legacy cemented. The Huskers are history, and Wisconsin has just won it all. The team rushing out onto the court. The streamers falling from the rafters. And the 2021 Badgers will go down in history as the first ever at Wisconsin to win a national championship.
Just one game this week for the Badgers, and it sure was interesting against a Nicholls team that won its league last year, off to a very good start this season, and gave the Badgers all they wanted. But Wisconsin rallied from 12 down in the second half, and despite going without the best player on the team in Johnny Davis, Wisconsin was able to hold off Nicholls 71-68. We'll have our weekly chat with head coach Greg Gard. We'll also check in with assistant coach Dean Oliver. And we'll also hear from Chris Vogt, who stepped up big against Nicholls on Wednesday night and is stepping up even bigger for his hometown. It's all coming up on this week's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
Bowman for 3 in the lead. In and out, no good. Vogt tapped. Gathered by Carlson. Up and in. Vogt kept it alive. Carlson with the putback. Badgers lead for the first time in a while.
Right of the circle. Shakes to the foul line. Hanging, shooting. Off the rim. No.
Neath the rebound. And the putback. Jacoby Neath another board and a bucket.
8 to shoot. 1:34 to play. Hepburn at half court. High screen Vogt. Chucky left of the lane.
Drives to the goal. Swoops to the rim. Lays it in with a right hand. This is Wisconsin basketball.
Out front pass knocked away by Davis. Johnny gets the steal. Johnny down the lane. Slam dunk with a right hand.
Got the wall. Another 3. Got it!
And a feed to Davis and running the floor. Down the lane to the rim. Layup good. Front court. High screen Carlson. Deep 3. Hepburn. Got it. Goes to Davis for 3. Right side. Book it. 4th 3 of the half for Johnny Davis.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world. with zero debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Actually, how I found out about the tornado, I had a former assistant coach text me, and all it said was, "Are your parents okay?" And I woke up. It was a text from the previous night. I was already asleep. I woke up to it, and I was like, well, what do you mean? Like, are my parents okay? They were on the way to the game. I was like, is there a car wreck? Like, something happened with them? So I started texting them. I started looking up stuff, and that's when I get on Twitter and saw the tornado had hit. And the first word that come to mind is I've been using just heartbreaking. I mean, just seeing all the places that I would drive by every day or I'd go to every day, walk by, and just seeing pictures and videos of them just torn apart, like knowing in the back of my head like what those buildings should look like, what they normally look like, and just seeing them like collapse on themselves or completely torn apart. It's just, I don't know. As soon as the game was over, we were ready to get on the bus, headed to the airplane, and I pull our ops guy aside, and I'm just like, hey, I want to help. I want to do whatever I can to help the people of Mayfield. I want to set up a GoFundMe, and it's just something like feasible. It's just allowed by the NCAA. He said yes, and so I get on the bus, literally just type in my phone, like, how do I set up a GoFundMe? And just try to just follow the steps, try to do what I can, and was able to set it up. When I created it, I thought maybe a few $100 will help, $1,000 maybe. Set the goal at 10,000, thinking there's no way I'll ever reach that high, and seeing it hit 20,000 in the first 24 hours was just jaw-dropping. It means the world. I can't thank Badger Nation enough, and everyone that's donated, shared the GoFundMe, or just done anything to help it. I mean, just the sense of community and the sense of everyone gathering around for this cause, it's just been awesome. I've been trying to check it here and there, but it's every time I check it, it's just amazing me. And I've been trying to go through like the notifications and thank everyone individually who's donated money, but I've gotten a lot, so there's a lot to get to, so I promise I'll try to get to everybody. I think I'm gonna split it up between 4 different organizations, some to the Red Cross, some to the Mayfield Resource Office, some to the Graves County Resource Office, and a 4th one is still kind of looking around, do a little research. But talked to both the resource offices today, and so far the Mayfield Resource Office is kind of helping just people who are displaced and may not have a bed or might have lost their home and providing hotel rooms for them. And the Graves County Resource Office, talked to them, and it seems like they're kind of helping giving out everyday necessities and everyday items. I feel like for me personally, basketball's been a good outlet with just everything that's been going on back home. So when I've been here, I feel like it's a good chance to just kind of clear my mind and just 100% give my 100% to basketball. And then whenever the clock hits 0, then my mind goes right back to Mayfield, and I'm thinking, what can I do to help them?
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
Well, final exam time on the University of Wisconsin campus, but still 2 more non-conference games once exams are over. The 2 games will get the Badgers through the rest of December and right back into Big Ten play on January 3rd against the Purdue Boilermakers, joined now by head coach Greg Gard. And Coach, we really didn't get a chance to get into this last week, but there was, obviously something, as you said, after the game, bigger than basketball that occurred as your team was playing Ohio State. Chris Vogt from Mayfield, Kentucky. He wakes up Saturday morning and is getting text messages, and he was learning on the run. And on the bus ride from the hotel to the arena, he wasn't sure yet if friends and family were okay. Only he could describe it, because for the rest of us, we could only try to imagine, I guess, what he was going through last week.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you don't wish on your worst enemy, and, getting a chance to talk to him at the arena before the game. At that point, he was hopeful that most of his friends, he had heard from most of them, and obviously his parents. That was the alarming one early that morning, was the text he got from a former coach, "Are your parents okay?" And his mind went right away to a car accident, if there had been something happen while they were traveling. But obviously news spread pretty quickly of what had happened that night.
And as as we record this interview here, and by the time it airs, the GoFundMe goal, they're passing goals here, which,
right.
I mean, great for him, using his platform to try to help his hometown community. You recruit guys, if it's transfers or otherwise, for a lot of reasons. I think you hit him for all the right reasons.
No doubt, and I think that's another example of the type of young men and the maturity that he had that set up by the time our plane landed back in Madison after the game. So obviously his thoughts are with the people there and his friends and family, and a town that he grew up in. If you looked at it now and seen the pictures, it looks like it's gone through a paper shredder and nothing left. So hopefully, we can help him do his part and help him with his goals of trying to help all the people, not only in Mayfield, but Graves County and that surrounding area.
It was so impressive to watch him perform in that game against Ohio State. There were some frustrating moments for him in the game, but he kept playing, right? And then he ended up putting together a pretty nice line. But that's not the first time he's done that. The Indiana game, but the fact that he'll go get rebounds and just give you great effort day in and day out.
He does. He's doing exactly what we need him to do, and this team needs him to help in that regard. And he does. He plays so hard. I've got numerous instances that I've shown on film of him diving after a ball when you got a 7-1 guy that'll put his body on the line like that. That's a great role model, a great example for our younger guys. But just a high-quality person, a good basketball player, and we're obviously happy to have him on our team.
We mentioned after that Indiana game that he did some things that maybe that Cincinnati saw from a healthy Chris Vogt 2 years ago, but you mentioned you were seeing that in practice. It was just encouraging to see it translate.
Yeah, I mean, you always, you want to see them, that bridge get filled in, so to speak, or that gap get bridged from what you see in practice and what you see in drills, and that's always the biggest step, is can you translate that to the live action and in intense moments. And obviously what he did against Indiana was terrific.
One of the things in a general sense, when you took over in mid-December of 2015, be ready. Not get ready, be ready. And it looks like you have a roster of guys who are really taking that to heart. And I think specifically of Jordan Davis, because there might be a game where he plays a couple minutes, and there might be a game where it's a dozen or 15 or more. He's doing a pretty nice job of staying ready, isn't he?
He has, and they all really have, and I wasn't trying to be prophetic, so to speak, when I said that early in the year that's going to take everybody. I didn't envision some injuries. I didn't envision the flu bug, tapping just about everybody in our program. But, that's why you hope to. It's great to wish you have depth and hope you have depth, but when you do have it, these are the type of situations where it can really help you out.
We mentioned after the game, you really have made a point, this program has, not to talk a lot about who's sick and who isn't, but there were some guys down, right? I mean, not
Right.
just guys who didn't make the trip, guys who were fighting through it and able to play.
Yeah, some that maybe shouldn't have played against Indiana that ended up playing pretty well. But yeah, it is what it is. Everybody's had to deal with it. It seems to be making its way around the Big Ten from what I've watched and the coaches I've talked to. So it's all part of it. You just it's another opportunity for somebody else to step in and help our team.
I mentioned at the top of this segment, it's exam time, and it's obviously that's the main focus, final examinations, but still, as said, years and years here, some legs and lungs work too before you lock into getting ready for the next game.
Yeah, we'll make sure we keep conditioning level. We're always trying to build that. We need to take it another step here as we, get ready for the rest of the non-conference and circle back into Big Ten play. But we don't have too big of a gap, and these guys, if they are away at all around the holidays, they'll be able to get some work in on their own.
Do you watch the freshmen especially, and maybe transfers too? But I'm thinking more of the freshmen, making sure they don't have that glazed look, because they've been busy with basketball, and then bang, here are final examinations. Keep an eye on them.
Yeah, I think we keep an eye on them well before we get to finals.
True.
Because college can be eye-opening in many ways. Some good, some very shocking in ways. But no, it's especially with having this many freshmen that are in the mix or traveling and playing. It's all new, and it's all things that they have to adjust to, and the only way you get used to it is go through it. So we're going to go through it.
Yeah, stay ready applies academically too. Don't just get ready when the calendar turns to December. Badgers back in action on December 23rd, and then they'll play on the 29th against Illinois State, and then it is on the road against the Purdue Boilermakers on January 3rd as they'll jump back into Big Ten play the rest of the way. We'll take a break. We have more to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Well, it's always fun to watch young players grow, and Badger fans are seeing more than a little bit of that with this Wisconsin team this season. And who better to talk about those young guys, especially those young backcourt guys, than Dean Oliver, pretty good himself. Not too many years ago. I was going to say back in the day, but it wasn't all that long ago. Dean, when you see a guy like Chucky Hepburn and Lauren Bowman, I mean, most of us on the outside weren't, we read about them, we see clips, but the way they've stepped in, and there seems like there's a presence about both of them that is above their class rank right now. As you going through the recruiting process, was that something that maybe that caught your attention?
Well, definitely. They always showed the tenacity, and it's easy to do those things in high school, but to be able to step in the big moments, your freshman year, the way they have in big moments already early in their career, it's very impressive. You never know quite how good they are, but I'll tell you what, they proved us right, and I'm glad we were right.
I was going back to game one. I mean, Lauren comes off the bench, and boom, first trip down, you're going to let it fly, and that's like, why not? He got some confidence.
He's definitely a confident shooter. He was a great scorer in high school, and he's the type of player that, when there's some doubt, he's going to go to his comfort zone. And fortunately for us, his comfort zone is shooting that ball. So when he's in doubt, he's going to score that ball, and he's done a nice job with that. And you look at what Chucky's done also, he just has such poise for a freshman. That's neat to see. A lot of freshmen get rattled because you have a lot of confidence coming in, and then you play at another level, and it's kind of shell-shocked. And he's had none of that. He's poised and confident out there and been under control, and been a tremendous help already.
Well, he's a guy who will help you on the defensive, and they both will. But Chucky, very early on, let everybody know. And he talked about guarding bigger guys in high school too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's something that has helped him? You can relate to that a little
Definitely.
bit. Right?
He has a lot of strength and just his energy. You know, he really sparks the defense. He just really ignites it because he puts that pressure on the ball, and then guys want to follow. It's just contagious. You see him out there hounding the ball. If I'm behind him, then it goes to Johnny. Then he wants to get, you know, into his guy, and then Tyler always wants to get into his guy. So, you know, it really ignites the defense the way he's you know, picked up the ball pressure, and then he's really smart as far as picking up our defensive system, knowing where you're supposed to be, being in the help positions, as well as putting on that ball pressure. So really impressed to see, and Lauren the same. He's really a great team defender.
I want to ask you about Tyler Walker. Coach Gard mentioned with Tyler, and mentioned this 2 years ago, that he was never afraid to stick his nose in there. Yeah. There's just a little more to the frame now, right?
Yeah, I tell you what, we do a drill the day before a game. Every time they pass the ball to the wing and they dive into the post, and us coaches, we get in there and try to bang with the guys a little bit, and they like that. You know, they always want to hit us coaches. So I'll tell you what, I can tell this year Tyler feels like he weighs about 25 more pounds, because I used to be able to push him off the block, and he's not moving now. So that added strength and maturity, I think, is showing. I think with him too, just slowing down around the rim. He's done a nice job of staying calm and collective, and keep his pivot foot down without traveling. And you know, he's able to score on anybody down there.
I think both of those guys, you mentioned Johnny too and Tyler, not only you can see the physical skills now, it seems like the personality is starting to come out. At least, you know, to those of us outside the program, have you noticed the change within as well?
Definitely. It started in the summer. These guys really bonded in the summer. They talked a lot. I know Tyler and Johnny talked about, you know, they need to step it up leadership-wise, and it's kind of their time to shine. And Brad even talked to them about, hey, it is your guys' time. I'll be here to help and give that support, and he's done a nice job of that. And you're seeing it. They're playing confident ball and playing together. And we went through some things and came together when we needed to.
This was interesting. You was mentioning this to Coach Gard too with Brad, and I think back to the Maui tournament where, you know, that last game he really struggled shooting the ball, but he was ecstatic after the game, because in the end it's about winning, and that's how it's supposed to be, right? But it doesn't always work that way. But
that's right.
I think you got a locker room of guys maybe that have that same mentality, don't
Definitely, and that's what makes it so fun. You know, these guys are really playing for each other out there. It's amazing what they can do when they don't care who gets the credit, and that's how they're playing. And if they can continue to do that, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, this team really, when they play the way we play defensively, you know, we'll be able to make enough shots to hopefully win enough ball games to take us to wherever.
It seems like, again, a schedule, Dean, that we say this every year, and it applies again, that gets you ready for the Big Ten. You know, the Maui tournament alone, there was a ton of defense. And, you know, you get the Georgia Techs and the Marquettes. This gets you about as ready as you can be for the conference, doesn't it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We got to see everything. We had to come back from a lead. We had a big lead and had to hold on. We had a tight game all the way through, so we saw a little bit of everything. So hopefully we get a couple more tests here before the Big Ten starts, and we'll be ready to go.
All right. If you get here fast and furious, that is Dean Oliver. Stay with us. More to come as we continue on the Badger Sports Report.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own two hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with zero debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
Final examination time on the UW-Madison campus, but the Badgers will be back in action on Thursday night with a home matchup against Morgan State, a 6 o'clock tip at the Kohl Center. We'll talk to you next week. Talk a little football, as a matter of fact, with head coach Paul Chryst. Thanks for watching.
This has been a presentation from Learfield.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.